guys, what's up? Just a quick recap of the update in original server for the patch 1.4.94. This is on original server, which means it's already implemented. Granger's first skill damage is adjusted. Its damage is slightly stronger in the early game but falls off as he gains more items and levels. The extra damage from his second skill is now higher, from 20 to now 30% at max level. His ultimate damage is weaker, but they added a new feature where it deals more damage to enemies with low HP. So you'd want to use it only on low HP enemies.
You're dead.
Kimmy's first skill is adjusted. They made it weaker in the early game but stronger at higher levels. They also added 4 seconds of cooldown to her ultimate. Claude now gets less attack and movement speed from his first skill. Khufra's first skill is adjusted, making it deal more damage in the early levels. The slow effect from his balls is now shorter, and he also gets fewer defense stats in the early stage. Masha's skill issues are finally fixed because some changes reverted to the previous patch. Now we can see Masha's true power after this update, and they also reduced the base damage of her first skill from 150 down to 120. Zhong's passive heal is now a bit weaker. They also reduced the movement speed he gains when his passive is activated. Esmeralda now gets less shield from her first skill. They also reduce the slow effect on her second skill. Sun-shin's basic attack animation is now shorter, and they improved his movement speed while using the turtle bolts. Valir's second skill now has a longer cooldown of 1 second at max level. Vale now has stronger slow effect and longer knockup duration for his second skill. They also increased the damage on his first and ultimate skill. Cyclops' damage is increased for his first and second skill. Alpha now has a stronger slow effect and a bigger range for his first skill. They removed the slow effect on his second skill and reduced its mana cost. His ultimate now has higher damage and shorter cooldown. Kaja's first skill now has weaker damage, but they've shortened its cooldown and reduced its mana cost. His passive skill damage is adjusted, making it more dependent on magic power, and his ultimate range is reduced by 15%.
It's good to see you, Rafaela.
Gatotkaca's first skill has higher damage, and his passive will now heal when activated. Balmond's second skill damage is increased, but they made its critical damage weaker, and his ultimate now has a shorter cooldown. Hilda's maximum stacks is now at 8 instead of 10, which means shorter time is needed to reach full stacks, and you can now see the number of stacks below her HP bar. The new hero Khaleed will be available in original server on August 6.
Sand rises when I give the word.
Next are the battlefield adjustments. The movement speed of side lane minions is now faster. Lower heal for the Little Wanderer and earlier spawn time for the Little Crab. The true damage on red buff is adjusted, making it less dependent on physical attack, from 60 down to 30% physical attack. They also added the attack speed stat as a factor in computing its true damage. In short, red buff's damage is weaker. The extra damage from Raptor Machete is now physical damage. Blade of the Heptasis now has lower physical attack bonus, which means lower damage at late game. And Blade of Despair's physical attack is lowered by 10 points. Last one is the return of the King of Fighters skin. I think this is the same bingo event from last year, which means we'll get a free Karina skin again. It lasts for 30 days, so you have enough time to ask your mom to buy an Iori Yagami skin.
Nope.
So there's still no sign of any revamped heroes. Maybe they will release it next month. Anyway, what can you say about this update? Do you agree with the hero adjustments? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. That's all for this video. Stay safe and thank you for watching.